Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day with math and fractions. Today, we're going to be learning how to divide unit fractions divided by whole numbers. Okay, and just a reminder, a unit fraction is a 1 over a positive rational number. So let's go ahead and dive into our first example. We are going to divide 1/2 divided by 4. Now I'm going to draw my models a little more on the large side in order to for you to be able to see this a little better. So when we take a look at this, I'm going to draw a bar that's a little bit bigger than normal. And what you need to understand is that they are asking us how many would be in each group. So the question is, how many would be in each group? Okay, and you'll understand what I'm saying here in just a second. So first I need to start with 1/2. Okay, I need to shade 1/2. I'm going to use orange just because it's a bit of a brighter color that you can easily write on. And actually, I'm going to use one of my bigger markers here. Here we go. That's better. We're going to need that better coverage for these models, so that works better. So I have 1/2, and I need to divide 1/2 into 4 pieces. So step 1 is to draw the unit fraction. Okay. Step 2, split the shaded fraction into pieces. And this is determined by the whole number. Okay, so I've shaded my 1/2. Now I need to split my 1/2 into 4 pieces. So there is 1/2 and quarters. Okay. Step 3, finish splitting the unshaded pieces into the same number of groups. Okay, so if I split this into 4, I need to split this into 4. So I've now taken my 1/2 and I've turned it into 8s. Now, step 4 is to determine the fraction of 1 shaded piece. Okay. So I now have 8 pieces in all. One shaded piece would be 1/8. Okay. So 8 pieces in all and one shaded piece. Because it's only asking us to determine how many would be in each group. This would be one group. We have 8 groups, so 1/2 divided by 4 would be 1/8. Okay. Now, just because I know some of you really like to see the standard algorithm, I'm going to draw a line under here and I'm going to show you what this looks like. We have 1/2 divided by 4. So we need to turn this into 1/2 divided by 4/1. And then we have to take our division, turn it into multiplication, and get the reciprocal of that fraction, 1/4. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. All right, let's take a look at a couple more examples just so you can see continuing how this works. All right, our next example is 1/3 divided by 6. I need to show 1/3. So once again, I'm going to use my bright color. That way I can easily write on it. And now I need to split my shaded region into 6 pieces. So there's 1/3 and 6. So I've split my shaded region. Now I have to split my non-shaded regions. 1/3 and 6. 1/3 and 6. Awesome. Now I need to determine how many pieces do I have in all now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I now have 18 pieces in all, and I just need to know one of them. All right, and let's take a look at this with the standard algorithm. 1/3 divided by 6 becomes 1/3 divided by 6/1. Now we need to change our division to multiplication and get that reciprocal of our second factor. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay. And it matches. All right. Let's look at our next example. We're going to take 1/4 and divide it by 3. There's 1/2 and 4ths. We need to shade 1/4. And we need to split our shaded piece into 3 pieces. Now we need to split the rest of our fraction. 1/3 and 1/3. Remember, we're only looking for one piece, and we now have 12 pieces in all. We started with 1/4 divided by 3. 1/4 divided by 3/1, because 3/1 is equal to 3. And now we need to multiply 1/4 times the reciprocal of our second factor, 1/3. 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. All right, we've got one more example to look at. I'm hoping this is pretty simple and straightforward for you guys. We're going to take 1/8 and divide it by 2. Halves, quarters, and eighths. I need to shade in 1/8 because that's what I'm dividing. And I now need to split my shaded region into 2 pieces. And now I have to make the rest of my fraction, or my fraction bar, match. I'm looking for 1 piece, and I now have 16 pieces in all. I started with 1/8. 1/8 divided by 2/1. I keep my first factor the exact same way, but I switch the multiplication or the division to multiplication, and then I flip my second fraction to get the reciprocal of the fraction. 1 times 1 is 1, 8 times 2 is 16. Okay. All right, guys, well, I hope that this is fairly easy for you. Remember, the standard algorithm is not required. I just gave this to you for those of you that like to see it this way. The models is what you need to be focused on. Okay. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.